oil doesn't grow your hair. Now, before y'all click away, hear me out. I know that we've all heard the saying on social media about how this one hair oil will grow your hair 5 inches overnight, or if you do this with the oil, it'll grow your hair 10 inches overnight. Girl, be so for real. So guys, all of the things that we actually hear about beauty and the self-care trends and all the routines that you need to follow and all the different products that's out there aren't necessarily wrong, but they're also not 100% true either. What? I think it's time that we actually understand the science behind the products that we're buying and what actually does and what doesn't work. And that's where girl, Be So For Real comes in it. Today we're going to talk about hair oils, what they do, what they don't do, and the science behind it.
I'm here to tell you.
Also not quite sure where hair oil equals hair growth came into play at during this lifetime, but that's not 1,000% true. Social media has made a lot of hair oils feel like the secret ingredient that everyone needs to maintain hair growth and have their hair grow all these inches overnight or within the next few months, and that's also not true neither. There are a lot of before and after photos on social media of these influencers and all these big famous name people using this one product, and their before and after is very drastic. And you know, those aren't true. Those aren't real. That's not how hair works. So if the hair oils aren't actually creating growth, what are they doing?
Tell you so.
Hair growth starts with consistency. So you can go out here and buy all the products you want, use them the same way you've seen the people on social media use them, and then still wonder why your hair isn't growing, or why you can't maintain the length that you had, or even why your hair is like splitting at the ends. And you know, a lot of this plays into how consistent you are on your routine. You have a better chance at hair growth if you have a routine that works versus one that you just found on social media that someone claims works. So if you have the same 3 hair products that you use over the past few years, and you're consistent with that, you're likely to see growth before you use any type of oil and just claim that it makes your hair grow 13 inches overnight. Scalp care is better than buying another leave-in conditioner. So if I'm being honest with you guys, a lot of people buy these oils and leave-in conditioners because they see these big people buying them, and a lot of times it's not worth it. If you have that one leave-in conditioner or that one moisturizer that's doing wonders for your hair, keep it, stick with it. Oil is really just for your scalp because, like I said, your hair grows out of your scalp. So, you know, if you have a very healthy scalp, then you're likely going to retain length in your hair. But if your scalp is very dry, always itchy, and it's not clean, you're going to have a harder time trying to retain hair length. Technique matters more than retention. So I know that everyone wants to retain hair length and do all the things that it takes to keep your hair as long, healthy, and whatever else. But like I said before, if you're not consistent with the routine, then you're not going to see any progress. And so that's why I said it's very important to have a technique that works for you and your hair, because you know everyone's hair is different. Everyone has this product that they use that they love. Like me personally, I have my signature products, and it's really my leave-in conditioner that I have, or my moisture milk that I have from Camille Rose, and really anything else from Camille Rose, if I'm being honest. Like, her products are really just my signature collection because they have never once done my hair wrong, like, at all. You know, people who do pay attention to that, they moisturize their hair more, they aren't adding tension hairstyles, they're not pulling on their hair, they're doing what works for their hair, and that's how they're being able to maintain and see growth and a change in their hair. And while we're on the topic of retention, let's have a conversation about it. So, healthy hair is better than long hair. And I say this because you wouldn't want to walk around with this 30-inch of hair on your head, but then the ends are split, it's dry, it's brittle, like it doesn't even move, it's stiff. There's no point in doing that. So, you know, if your hair is unhealthy, chop it. Because if I'm being honest, if your ends are split, it's going to travel up your hair shaft and, you know, break the rest of your hair off, because unhealthy hair breaks very easy. So just put that out there. Touching on split ends again, split ends cannot be repaired. I'm not sure why there's being products made that claim, oh, if you use this, your split ends will be repaired. If you use this, you won't have any more split ends. That's not true. You cannot restore dead, broken off hair. Because if it's already split, you might as well just cut it. And then also, like, if you have split ends, if you straighten your hair in any type of way, shape, or form, it's going to be kind of thin and see-through. Whereas if your hair is full, if it's healthy, no matter how long it is, it's going to be thicker. So there's no point in you just keeping dead ends because you want to retain the length, because it's going to do more harm than good. The society that we live in, everyone wants to hop on a trend. Everyone wants to follow a routine that they see this big star doing. And a lot of times, that's not really what you need to be doing. You need to do something that works for you, that is about you, and that is going to benefit you. With that being said, I'm not quite sure why this whole little trend or thing had went on that oil equals hair growth, because that is not at all accurate by any means. So social media has made it seem like, oh, if you buy this hair brand oil, or if you do this with this oil, or if you use this oil, it's going to make your hair grow 10, 12, 15 inches overnight within the next few months. No, that's not true. There's no secret ingredient that one person needs. And if I'm being honest, a lot of times if you just stick to a routine and what you know and be consistent with it, it's going to do more for you than any hair oil or any product would, if that makes sense. And then with social media being the way social media is, a lot of before and after videos and photos aren't really accurate because, like I said, we live in a world of AI at this point. So that video or that picture or whatever could have been AI. It could have been edited. And then if it was an actual video or picture and it is true, you also have to think about what these people have incorporated in their routines, or what they have taken out of their routines, if they're on a diet or if they changed their diet that had any effects towards their hair. Because, a lot of before and after pictures aren't black and white. And, a lot of viral products aren't worth the hype. And a lot of expensive products aren't worth it either. Because, that $50 shampoo that you went and bought, the same $15 shampoo does the same thing. Everyone's favorite product won't be your favorite product. Because, everyone's hair is different. Everyone has this one brand or this one product that they swear by that just does amazing. And with that being said, the problem isn't that hair oil is useless. It's just the application method that is being used or shown on social media that isn't quite accurate. And so with that, I'm going to just teach you and tell you and inform you of all the ways that you can effectively use hair oil and gain the benefits from it. So if we're going to go to the nitty-gritty parts of hair growth, it is very important to know that hair grows from within the follicle. And just because you put some type of oil or some type of product on your scalp does not encourage the hair to grow. Because like I said, it grows from inside the follicle. So hair growth also starts with consistency. If you have this one product that you just bought the other day and used it for, maybe 3 days and ain't touched it again within the past 6 months, you're not going to see any improvement within your hair because, you haven't been consistent with that product. And it's like the more you are consistent with your products, the more likely you are to retain length and the more you are to see a difference in your hair. Being inconsistent isn't beneficial for your hair at all. And then also trying all these new things and these new styles and everything else is doing more harm than good to your hair. Genetics play a huge role in everything. So if you come from a family who has long, thick hair that grows really quickly, you're likely going to have long, thick hair that grows really quickly. And if you come from a family who has short hair that doesn't grow as quick as others, then, you're likely going to obtain the same genes. And I'm not saying because you have one gene over the other doesn't mean you won't be able to achieve the look you're trying to go for, but genetics do play a role. And with that being said, everyone's hair growth journey is different. So there's no point of you comparing your hair growth journey to her hair growth journey because it's different. Everyone has different hair. Everyone has different genes. Everyone has different hair porosity, different curl patterns. So everything that works for her might not work for you. Or what works for me might not work for you. But, there's no harm in trying and see what does work for you. And if you see this product that I've used or someone else have used and it's like, oh, maybe I want to try that, go ahead and try it. But there's no guarantee that it's going to work for you. And adding on to that, guys, you cannot buy your way into a different hair growth pattern. Your hair is going to grow the way it grows regardless of what you use, of what you buy, of what you take. It's going to grow the same regard. Oils can be beneficial if they're applied correctly. Oils can support a healthy hair routine, but they just won't grow your hair magically. Oils help with dryness, irritation, friction. They make the hair softer. And then they also seal in moisture. Oil does not moisturize your hair. Oil is a sealant. It does not moisturize your hair. It seals in the moisture that is already on your hair. That's why it's very encouraged, if you do any type of routine, to use a leave-in or a moisturizer and then add the oil on top, because it is a sealing. It is not going to moisturize your hair. I bring up the fact that having a good scalp health is very important, because I feel like when a person pays more attention to their scalp, they're going to start noticing more hair growth because they're paying attention and taking care of their scalp. If you're not paying attention and taking care of your scalp, you're not going to see any hair growth. You're going to see a dry scalp, an itchy scalp, a flaky scalp, a scalp that's not where it needs to be. That's not healthy. And the more you become consistent with oiling your scalp or paying attention to your scalp health, the more likely you are to see a difference in your hair growth and a fullness in your hair. Another thing that I have noticed is that people buy 10,000 products instead of learning their hair texture. So like I said, a lot of people have different hair texture. A lot of them have a different hair porosity, a density, all of that. So with me, hair is a mixture of everything that's type 4. I have a mixture of type 4A, 4B, 4C. I have a mixture of all of that, and then my porosity is high. So it's like I can't use the same hair products as someone who uses products that's for low porosity hair, because it won't benefit me the way it'll benefit them. And then you also don't need 10,000 products for wash day. You don't. All you need for wash day is a good shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner if you want to deep condition your hair. The real reason a lot of people struggle with lint isn't because of the products they're using or the products they aren't using, but because of the way they treat and maintain their hair. A lot of people prioritize having long hair rather than healthy hair. And like I said, if your hair isn't healthy, if it's brittle, if it's dry, if it's splitting, you need to let it go. Just cut it and let it go. Because, once you cut the hair off that's dead, you're going to see so much fullness, so much growth. Just let it go. Sometimes people don't trim their hair every 6 to 8 weeks. I might be one of those people. I don't trim my hair the way I need to trim it. I trim it as I go. Like if I'm doing a hairstyle and I was like, that doesn't look right, I trim it. So that's just me. I don't just go and get my hair trimmed. I do it myself. So that one I can't really speak too much on. But I do know if it's dead, let it go. And I notice a lot of people do not wash their hair often. A lot of people wait and wash their hair monthly. Me personally, I wash my hair like every week. Every weekend I wash my hair. And if I have a styling, I wash it every 2 weeks. But I do not let my hair just sit and build up without washing it. Because, build-up causes an unhealthy scalp. And we need a healthy scalp. Protective styles. A lot of protective styles aren't protective styles if your hair underneath is being neglected. A lot of people like to use wigs or wear wigs. A lot of people like to wear braids and all these things. There's nothing wrong with wigs or braids or sew-ins or whatever you like to get. But I would not recommend getting styles that are tight on the edges of your hair, because they will pull out your edges and you won't have any edges. Wigs, I guess, if you wear wigs, you have to make sure your hair underneath is moisturized, or your hair is going to come out and be dry, and you're just going to lose a lot of hair after you take them wigs out of your head. I have some key points that I hope that you guys will take away if you take anything from this video. That natural hair isn't difficult to maintain. It isn't difficult at all. You just need to learn your hair, your porosity, your curl type, all of that, and it's a breeze. Because doing my hair for me, it's like really fun. Like I love to do my hair, and it's not really hard to maintain or do anything either. Porosity, knowing your porosity of your curl pattern, it's important, but I wouldn't say that one overpowers the other. I feel like they're equally important. Like once you know your curl pattern and also know your porosity, it'll be easier for you to buy the products that you need and that work for your hair, and that you'll, start seeing a difference in the way that your hair looks, the way it feels, all the things. Learning your hair matters more than copying someone else's routine. That is very important, because like I said, once you know your porosity, your curl pattern, all that, your routine matters more than what her routine over there matters, because her hair, it's not the same as yours. It's just not, so it's not going to work. Heat isn't the enemy. I really love putting heat on my hair in the sense of blow drying, because I wear my hair blown out a lot of times. Like I won't straighten it, but I'll blow it out. Growing up, I've always heard that heat is not good for your hair, but I feel like my hair started flourishing the moment I started putting heat on it. And so do with that what you will. I'm not saying go out and get a silk press every few weeks or anything like that, but I'm just saying my hair started flourishing after I started putting heat on it. But make sure that your hair is protected before you do put any type of heat on your hair. And with that being said, you can have healthy hair while also straightening your hair. Girl, be so for real. There's no magic product out here that's going to replace you knowing your hair, taking care of your hair, being consistent with your hair, that's going to make it grow overnight. It's just not going to happen. There are products that help with length retention, but it's not going to help you grow your hair overnight. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you made it this far, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and always tune in for more. Until next time.